Why is your credit score so low? And more importantly, how can you fix it fast? If you've ever felt that frustrating sting of seeing your score drop, or you're just confused about what that 3-digit number even means, you're in the right place. Because today, we're demystifying credit scores. We'll break down exactly what goes into your score and give you actionable steps to not just improve it, but master it. Stick around, because this is the financial glow-up you've been waiting for. So, what exactly is a credit score? Think of it as your financial report card. It's a number, usually between 300 and 850, that tells lenders how risky it is to lend you money. A high score means you're a responsible borrower, opening doors to better interest rates on things like car loans, mortgages, and credit cards. A low score? It can make life a lot more expensive, or even get you denied for credit altogether. But who comes up with this number? The most common scoring model is the FICO score, used by about 90% of top lenders. Another big one is VantageScore, which you might see on free credit monitoring apps. While their formulas differ slightly, they both look at the same core information from your credit reports. These reports are compiled by 3 major credit bureaus: Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Essentially, your score is a summary of your credit history from these reports. Now for the most important part, what actually makes up your score? It's not a secret formula locked in a vault. Quick note, if this is making credit scores a bit clearer, tapping that like button really helps get this info to more people. All right, let's get into what actually makes up your score. Lenders are pretty transparent about it. There are 5 key ingredients in your credit score recipe. Let's break them down. First and most important, accounting for a massive 35% of your score is your payment history. This one is simple. Do you pay your bills on time? Every late payment can leave a negative mark on your report that can stay there for up to 7 years. Even one 30-day late payment can cause a significant drop in your score. The takeaway here is crystal clear. Always pay your bills on time. If you struggle to remember, set up automatic payments for at least the minimum amount due. It's the single most powerful thing you can do for your credit health. Next up, making up 30% of your score is amounts owed, or what's often called your credit utilization ratio. This sounds complicated, but it's just the percentage of your available credit that you're currently using. For example, if you have one credit card with a $10,000 limit and you have a $3,000 balance, your utilization is 30%. Lenders get nervous when they see high utilization because it suggests you might be overextended and reliant on credit to make ends meet. A great rule of thumb is to keep your overall utilization below 30%, and for the best results, aim for under 10%. We'll talk more about strategies to lower this in a bit. The third factor, worth 15% of your score, is the length of your credit history. This looks at the average age of all your credit accounts, as well as the age of your oldest account. The longer your history of responsible credit use, the better. This is why financial experts often advise against closing your oldest credit cards, even if you don't use them much. Closing an old account can shorten your credit history and lower your score. Time is your friend here, so the sooner you start building credit responsibly, the better off you'll be. Coming in at 10% is your credit mix. Lenders like to see that you can handle different types of credit responsibly. This means having a mix of revolving credit, like credit cards, and installment loans, like a car loan, student loan, or mortgage. You don't need to go out and get a loan just for the sake of it, but having a diverse portfolio of credit over time shows you're a versatile and reliable borrower. It adds a nice, healthy balance to your financial profile. Finally, the last 10% is dedicated to new credit. This category looks at how many new accounts you've recently opened and how many hard inquiries are on your report. A hard inquiry happens when a lender checks your credit because you've applied for a new loan or credit card. Applying for too much credit in a short period can be a red flag, suggesting you might be in financial trouble. Each inquiry can ding your score by a few points, so it's best to be strategic. Only apply for credit when you actually need it. and try to space out your applications. So, let's recap the big five. 35% is payment history, 30% is amounts owed, 15% is length of credit history, 10% is credit mix, and 10% is new credit. Understanding this breakdown is the first step to taking control of your score. Okay, so now that you know what's dragging your score down, let's get to the good part: how to fix it and build a stellar credit score. These aren't overnight fixes, but with consistency, you'll see real progress. First things first, pull your credit reports. You are entitled to a free report from each of the 3 major bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, every single year. You can get them at annualcreditreport.com. This is the official government-authorized site. Go through each report line by line. By the way, if you want a faster way to track your credit score and get alerts for any changes, I've linked a credit monitoring tool I recommend down in the description. It's super helpful, especially if you're serious about improving your credit. Once you've got your reports in front of you, here's what to look for. Are there any errors? A late payment you know you made on time? An account you don't recognize? Errors are surprisingly common, and they can be devastating to your score. If you find one, dispute it immediately with the credit bureau. They are legally required to investigate. Cleaning up errors is the fastest way to see a potential score jump. Next, focus on that huge 35% chunk, your payment history. If you have any past due accounts, get them current as soon as possible. If you're struggling to keep up, set up automatic payments or calendar reminders for all your due dates. Never miss a payment again. This is your #1 priority. If you have accounts in collections, it can be a bit more complex. Sometimes paying them off can actually cause a temporary dip in your score because it updates the activity on that negative account. However, in the long run, resolving collections is crucial for rebuilding your credit. You can try to negotiate a pay-for-delete agreement, where the collector agrees to remove the account from your report once you pay it. Get any agreement in writing before you send a single dollar. Now, let's tackle that 30% beast, your credit utilization. If your credit cards are maxed out, this is a major drag on your score. The goal is to get that balance down. The 2 primary ways to do this are paying down your debt and increasing your available credit. Create a budget and find extra money to throw at your credit card balances. Start with the card that has the highest interest rate. This is the avalanche method, or the one with the smallest balance for a quick win, the snowball method. Whichever you choose, be aggressive. Another strategy is to ask for a credit limit increase on your existing cards. If your income has gone up or you've been a good customer, many companies will grant this. A higher limit with the same balance instantly lowers your utilization ratio. Just make sure they don't need to do a hard pull on your credit for the request, as that could temporarily ding your score. For those with a shorter credit history or trying to rebuild, a secured credit card can be an incredible tool. You provide a small security deposit, which usually becomes your credit limit. You use it like a regular credit card, and your responsible payments are reported to the credit bureaus. Over time, this builds a positive payment history and helps establish your creditworthiness. After about a year of on-time payments, many companies will refund your deposit and upgrade you to an unsecured card. Another great option is becoming an authorized user on someone else's credit card. If you have a trusted family member or partner with a long history of on-time payments and low credit utilization, being added to their account can give your score a boost. Their good habits become part of your credit history. But be careful. If they miss a payment or run up a high balance, it will hurt your score too. So choose your credit partner wisely. Finally, be patient and strategic about new credit. Don't go on an application spree. Every hard inquiry stays on your report for 2 years. If you're shopping for a mortgage or car loan, try to do all your applications within a short window, like 14 to 45 days. Scoring models often treat multiple inquiries for the same type of loan as a single event, minimizing the impact on your score. Building great credit is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes discipline and consistency. But by understanding the 5 key factors and applying these strategies, you are putting yourself in the driver's seat of your financial future. You're not just building a number, you're building financial freedom and opportunity. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this breakdown was helpful and empowering. If you got value from this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. We're all about making finance simple and accessible for everyone. Do you have any questions or your own credit building tips? Drop them in the comments below. Let's help each other out. See you next time.